Today we're talking about TJ Hockenson. Is he a tight end too? Where you drafting him at? Stay tuned to find out. Let's go. Last year, TJ Hawk finished as a tight end too, which surprised a lot of people. Obviously you got guys like Travis Kelce. You had, Mark Andrews, Darren Waller, George Kittle. Those are going to be your upper tier tight ends, what most people thought. TJ Hockenson surprised a lot of people. He started off the year strong in Detroit, but what really helped is finishing the year in Minnesota. Let's talk about it. Last year, TJ Hockenson had 129 targets. He had 86 receptions for almost 1,000 yards, 900 yards, and 914 yards, 6 touchdowns. That was a 17-game season. 10 of those games he played with Minnesota. So let's look at where he's moving forward with Minnesota. Adam Thielen's gone. 100 targets, 70 catches out the window. Going to Carolina. So he's got a full offseason with Kirk Cousins and that offense to build rapport with the team. So not only get more looks, but understand the offense a little bit better. How did he do for just playing a half season? Basically a half season in Minnesota. In those 10 games, he averaged 8.5 targets, 6 receptions, and 50 yards a game. If you tell me my tight end is going to get 8.5 targets, 6 catches, and 50 yards a game, I'm taking that. No ifs, ands, or buts. So he's got that entire offseason, once again, to build that rapport with Kirk Cousins. Justin Jefferson's always going to be number one. He's going to be number one option in that offense. That's no ifs, ands, or buts. He is going to demand 10-plus targets a game, and rightfully so. But TJ Hawk isn't going to be too far behind. He finished as a tight end 2 last year. He's actually being drafted as a tight end 3. Mark Andrews has surpassed him as being drafted as a tight end 2. But once again, that was because of the Lamar Jackson news. Once Lamar Jackson signed his contract, Mark Andrews shot back up the lead. But once again, let's just for sake of argument, he's being drafted as a tight end 3. Same thing like I said with Travis Kelce. I do think that the tight end position is a crapshoot. So if you're not getting Travis Kelce, because you could say Mark Andrews, but even he had a down year. When he finishes wide receiver tight end 1, you drafted him as that top tight end. You drafted him as an upper tier tight end, and he let you down. So I'm staying away from tight ends in the upper end. I'm gonna take a late round stash. I'm gonna try to find guys with upside. I'm gonna take more wide receivers, more running backs, a position that you play more. Once again, I do think TJ Hawk should be considered in the top tier, not in the Travis Kelce tier. Don't get me wrong. But right below Travis Kelce, you got guys like George Kittle, who the quarterback is a question right now. Is it Sam Darnold? Is it Trey Lance? Is it Brock Purdy? We don't know. Darren Waller, he got traded to the Giants. What's his rapport going to look like with Daniel Jones? Mark Andrews, once again, Lamar Jackson. They signed that contract, and he said he wants to throw for 6,000 yards, but let's just make sure he can stay healthy. So I do think that he belongs in that second tier with those guys of high upside. And minimum questions, if you ask me, Kirk Cousins is back. He's going to throw 25 touchdowns, 3,000 yards. He's done it for, 10 seasons in a row? I mean, Justin Jefferson is going to get 150 targets, but someone else has to catch the ball. Someone else has to get looks. On top of that, they're most likely getting rid of Dalvin Cook. If not, I have already got rid of him by the end of this recording. But let's take a look at it. TJ Hockenson as a tight end 2, I'm going to pass. Stay tuned for more players. Bah!